Welcome folks. 2014 has been a very interesting year with a lot of interesting releases and new launches. And one particular new launch, a new variant is the Android wearable accessories for Android phones. And today I'm going to review the Moto 360 and let's see how it fares and do you really have to buy it? First, talking about the design. The watch is really built well. As you can see here, I have actually interchanged the leather strap of the watch with a metal band from the Pebble Steel. It sells for $20 on Amazon.com and you can easily pick it up in any store in the States. And it really fits the Moto 360 very well. About the design, the watch it really looks beautiful. It looks like a normal watch which you can wear to your office or to a party, and it doesn't look odd when you wear it. That's a good thing about this watch. It looks like a normal watch with a circular face, and the physical design of the watch is very good, and that's the biggest advantage of it. So let's have a look at the software. At present it's running software version 4.01, so that's the Lollipop Android Wear. Okay, so adjust brightness. So it was an auto setting. I always have it on the automatic setting. So Bluetooth devices, this is where we can actually connect to a Bluetooth headset and play the music which is stored on the watch itself. Ambient screen on. I don't kind of like it because it turns on the whole screen and there is no point because it's not really visible. So I find it to be absurd on the Moto 360 with an LCD screen, but on the G Watch R it really is very different. I'm gonna do a review of the G Watch R later. Then I'm gonna show you how it is. Airplane mode on, power off, reset device, change watch faces, how you change your watch faces, accessibility is like pretty much with the interface on the Android Wear. There is one more addition which is new to the Lollipop. So if I swipe down from the top, then I can actually mute the watch. Here it's a cinema mode where it actually turns the display off. So I have to press the button again to activate the display. And the sunlight mode is the opposite of cinema mode, where it actually beefs up the brightness. And there is a shortcut here to settings directly, so that's very sweet. So I'm going to show you guys how it looks with the ambient screen mode on. Okay. So with the ambient screen mode on, it's going to dim down and the seconds hand will disappear. Okay, so this is how it is on the ambient screen. So it's quite glossy and it reflects a lot. I don't really find a use of having it on the Moto 360, to be frank. Notification, you can actually view it, or you can actually reply, open on phone, or block app. This is a new feature on it where you can just actually block the app from sending any more notification, which is a good addition. So when I actually push it apart, it is dismissing, so I can cancel the dismissing and actually view it again. So this feature is a new one where I can cancel the dismissing. This is a new addition where actually if you do it by mistake, where if you swipe it out by mistake, you can actually cancel the dismissal and review the message again. So let's go on with the watch faces. Okay, so there are plenty of watch faces options, and there is also the option of picking up watch faces from the Android Google Play Store. I personally like this rotate watch the most. This is the most beautiful watch face of the Motorola 360. And I use third-party softwares like phaser, for example, and there was one more, yeah, and watchmaker. So I use these two softwares in addition to the watch phasers available on the Moto 360 itself. See, this is the issue. I see that suddenly the speak up starts on its own even without me saying okay Google. The software is still very erratic, it has a lot of glitches, and it's still not complete software. That's the biggest issue with the Android Wear accessories right now. Okay, going over to the apps on the phone. So here it shows that I've connected the Moto 360, and the new update for the Android Wear is a 5.01. It shows all the watch faces on the mobile phone, so you can actually select the watch face from here. So for example, it automatically updates on your watch, which is a very good thing. And there are also new features on it. You can actually check for the battery life. Settings. Okay. You can actually turn on the ambient screen mode on, tilt to wake screen on. You can actually check the watch battery stats. 70% left, and 1 day 10 hours left with the ambient screen off. And you can also check the storage on the so there is still 2.7 GB available. That's the user available space, even though the manufacturer claims there is a 4 GB of space, but there is not, just 2.7 GB. To talk about the other actions, for example, navigation is spot on. It updates as required. Going over to the rest, you can actually play music from here, for example. So when I play something, it automatically updates on the Moto, and I can actually change tracks from here, and also increase the volume and decrease the volume. Okay Google, navigate to Marina Bay. Okay, now it works. So I should have the Google Map app on the phone, and then it shows me the updates. Then you can just drop the phone in your pocket and continue using the map on the phone, or the instructions on the watch, which is a good thing. So it does work, but southwest. So yeah, it says so it does work, but it's not really up to the mark yet. The battery life, the watch really lasts for like 2 days if you don't have the ambient screen mode on. If you have the ambient screen mode on, it lasts like 1.5 days to more than 1 day. So, but the thing is, it can really let you use it for a day without even needing a charger. If you're going to the office at 8 AM, you can actually charge it for 2 hours in the morning and use it for the rest of the day. It gets from 10% to 100% in like 1.5 to 2 hours to charge it completely. So the battery life has been better ever since the updates started rolling in. Oh, come on. So that's the biggest problem here. It activates when I really don't want it to activate, and for example when I pass, it really makes a mess out of it. This test email I got, so we will try to reply to it. Reply. I can meet you tonight. I can meet you tonight for dinner. What do you think about going out tomorrow morning for a movie? Can we... See, I just made a small pause and it misses it. So I can actually cancel it here if required, but it's my test mail, so it works to an extent very well, but it still has a long way to go. So the $1,000,000 question in everybody's mind is, should you buy a Moto 360 now? I would say yes and no. Okay, why do I say yes and no? I have 4 points to say yes. and 4 points to say no. And I'll let you guys decide if you really need the watch. Going over to the 4 positives of the watch. Okay, first important point is the watch faces. You can actually have any kind of watch face you want. You can have a Rolex, you can have a Bulabo, you can have a Tissot, any kind of watch face you want, and that means you have a lot of variety. Point number 2. The watch looks absolutely beautiful. It's a awesome piece of jewelry, and when you wear it, it is definitely going to have grab some attention, and people are gonna definitely come and ask you what are you wearing. So it's definitely a beautiful piece of jewelry. Going to the point number 3, the software, though is glitchy, the Google voice commands really works most of the time, except that when you are sending out a long email, it doesn't respond properly, but it really reduces the amount of time when you have to pull out your mobile phone to see what is happening. So you can actually check and respond to most of the messages from your watch, so which is a good thing. The point number 4, the watch boasts of a very good hardware, and the software is only going to improve in the meantime to cover up for all the glitches. So it's not a bad idea to invest in a very good hardware and wait for the software to get upgraded, and in the meantime you can just have fun using the watch when it's in the development stages. Let's go over to the cons of a Moto 60. So I also have 4 points here to discuss with you guys, to say okay, why you shouldn't consider buying the watch at this point of time. Okay, the first point is the design. The design of the watch is such that it looks beautiful but without the bezel, but there is also a big chance that you can break it by hitting with your hand somewhere, which is kind of bad because it's a $250 product, and if you end up breaking it, heartbreak. Point number 2 is the software. The software is still in its infancy and it's still not a complete product. There are a lot of bugs here and there. It takes time to understand what we say in the voice commands, and the voice command starts up on its own. It has its own brain and it starts on its own, which is not good. So the software has still a road to cover. It has to come out of its infancy stage, and that's when you can call the product as a complete consumer product. Point number 3 is that the watch is not a standalone. You always need your mobile with you for the watch to work properly. The watch doesn't have a GPS chip, which means you cannot pretty much go for a jog without the phone with you to track your run track. So for apps like Runtastic and this kind of apps, you need to have the phone with you for the GPS lock, which is a big disadvantage when you consider you are paying $250 for a watch. Point number 4 is the battery life. Even though the battery life is improved now, I would still say that I still can't accept the fact that I have to charge my watch every day, which is not what I'm used to the past 28 years. So these are my points to put forward to you guys, and I let you guys to decide if you really need the watch. But I would say you should actually pick it up and try it. As being a new technology, you should actually appreciate it and see how it is. Thanks for watching my video, guys. If you really like my video, please subscribe and please support me to help me to grow, and so that I can bring you more videos and more reviews. So take care, guys. Peace.